To every person in this room who's had a struggle, who had some pains, who had some tests, who's got some creative ideas, but you've gone through some really tough stuff. Whatever you do, don't lose your head. Pull your feelings out of it. Pull your insecurities out of it. Be strong and very courageous. If you're going to birth your dream, your calling, your passion, you can't draw back when life gets tough. You've got to stand up to it and push. What happened that you broke down? That you had a breakdown and you surrendered? What happened? What was going on? What if you give it everything you have and you come up short? Or if you don't give it everything you have, what if you get back? What if you get weak along the way and you are throwing a towel on yourself? You surrender to your emotions. What then? Just own it and face the flag, whatever it is, and stand up inside yourself. Taking a stand for you, it means delivering. It means coming through. To stand up straight with your shoulders back is to open yourself up to the world. You're not in the defensive crouch of prey anymore. And that's the sarcastic that's governing posture. It's prey versus predator, something like that. And to stand up like that is to expose yourself to the world, but in a bring it on sort of manner, not precisely combative, but let's say courageous. And your posture announces that. And it doesn't just announce that to other people, it announces that to yourself, and can be one of those things that can start a virtuous cycle occurring. The most successful people in the world are consistently taking action, making sure that it's the right action. If it's not, they adjust it. So have the self-discipline to not blame, shame, justify, or make yourself feel guilty. If you want to achieve greatness, you just need to have the courage to show up every day and take another swing, take another photo, try another task. Do something that scares you, and do those little things over and over and over and over and over again until you win. It doesn't matter what happens to you. What matters is, what are you going to do about it? And the most important thing to do is to harness your will and let it go, and move so that you can grow, so you can go on with your life. Do you realize the further you go, the better you will be. Do you realize when you put the work in and you do things a little bit different than others, that you become greater, that you see something more about you? That's an opportunity right there to test yourself and say, why not walk a little bit further? You don't want just to be a champion on the field or on the court or in the weight room. You want to be a champion in your finances and your relationships, in your business, in your art, in your music. Whatever you do is the same mindset. You've got genius in you. You've got goodness in you. You've got creativeness in you. If you decide to take the initiative, they change the current quality of your life. I say to you that you will find that the universe is on your side. When did we start hearing that phrase? No pain. What? No gain. You got to do the work. You can read all the books until you're wise. You can have faith and believe until it is extraordinary. But now you must go to work. Go to work and build a better career. Go to work and build a good health. You can't have a good health without the work. But you know what? Disappointments are good motion if you learn how to use it. Anybody can see it as it is and may be honest. But here's the real secret. Can you come up with a vision to see it better than it is? Seeing it as it is, you gotta be honest. And there is not anybody in this room, including me. Wealth is a word that brings about a wide variety of mental images. To provoke that wide variety mental images, for that is where the dreams are. That's where the inspirations comes from, and that's where true incentive is born. The mystery and mixture of mental image, the stuff and the stuff of life, it's right to use. Its constant use is the way to a life unique and a life abundant. Now to earn wealth means having enough financial substance to be able to do whatever you wish to do with your life. To another, it may mean freedom from debt, freedom from the constant claim of obligation. To yet another, it means opportunity, and to many, wealth means $1 million. That's a unique word, millionaire. It rings of success, freedom, power, influence, pleasure, possibility, benevolence, and excitement. Not a bad mental image. Now we could talk of the wealth of experience, the wealth of friends, the wealth of love, the wealth of family, the wealth of culture, the wealth of many kinds. However, in this program, we are more specifically going to talk about wealth in the sense of financial freedom. Wealth that comes from the conversation of effort and enterprise into currency and equity. For each of us, the amount of money required to be wealthy will be different. But the dream for all of us, I'm sure, is the same. Freedom from financial pressure, more freedom of choice, freedom to enjoy, and the opportunity to create and share. Wealth, the possession of great financial resources that improves the quality of your life and gives you added dignity and expanded lifestyle. So decide for yourself what wealth means to you. Latch onto your own mental image of wealth, and let's see if the ideas I'm about to bring to you will make sense. And perhaps provide you with the inspiration to put the plan onto high action, so that as the days pass, you will discover a growing sense of freedom and dignity, self-worth, substance, and lifestyle. The next key word is happiness, the universal quest. Happiness is a joy that most often comes as a result of positive activity like wealth. Happiness is both the joy of discovery and the joy of knowing. It is a result of an awareness of the full range of life, the color, the sound, the harmony, and it is the joy that comes from designing a life and practicing the fine art of living well. Happiness is being able to explore the offerings of life by perception, response, and enjoyment. Happiness is both receiving and sharing, reaping and bestowing. It is being able to feast on harmony, as well as food on ideas, as well as bread. Happiness is the deliberate act to create a wider world of experience and awareness. Happiness is having a handle on disappointment. It is being in control of both emotion and circumstance. Happiness is freedom from the negative children of fear, such as worry, low self-esteem, envy, greed, anger, resentment, and so on. Happiness is an awareness and a grasp of the positive power of life and loving values. It is an order of thought, activity, and lifestyle. Happiness is value in balance. It is content with people of substance. Happiness is contentment with the task of your life. It is thought inspired by, organized with you, and rooted in your personal philosophy. Happiness is a life well lived, in which a wide variety of experiences are deliberately captured to become an invaluable form of currency for you to spend and invest in your own better future. Not only do we all want the same things, but we all know what we have to do to achieve them. And we all intend to do those things sometime. But before we get started, we decide that we need to take a little vacation to a wonderful fantasy place called Someday I'll. We say someday I'll read that book. Someday I'll start that exercise program. Someday I'll upgrade. Someday I'll upgrade my skills and earn more money. Someday I'll get my finances under control and get out of debt. Someday I'll do all the things that I know I need to do to achieve all my goals. Someday. Probably 80% of the population lives on someday I'll. Most of the time, they think and dream and fantasize about all the things they are going to do someday. And who are they surrounded by on someday I'll? Other people on someday I'll. And what is the chief topic of conversation on someday I'll? Excuses. They all sit around and swap excuses for being on the island. Why are you here? They ask each other. And not surprisingly, their excuses are largely the same. I didn't have a happy childhood. I didn't get a good education. I don't have any money. My boss is already critical. My marriage is no good. No one appreciates me. Or the economy is terrible. They have come down with the disease of excusities, which is invariably fatal to success. They all have good intentions, but as everyone knows, the road to hell is paved with good intention. The first rule of success is simple, very simple. Vote yourself off the island. No more excuses. Do it or don't do it. But don't make excuses. Stop using your incredible brain to think up elaborate rationalizations. Wow. Rationalizations and justifications not taking action. Do something. Get on with it. Repeat to yourself, if it's to be, it's up to me. Losers make excuses. Winners makes progress.